Hey Chris, what do you think the biggest hurdle in the LED business is? It worked.
Now I'm all messed up. Biggest hurdle.
Race fans, it's Nick Smith. I'm here in Sonoma, not at the Sonoma Raceway because apparently I'm not cool enough to get in, but we've got our own racetrack happening today at the JB&A National Sales Meeting for 2026. I've got a special guest with me on deck today, Chris Donaldson from INFiLED here, just to hopefully enlighten us a little bit about what's going on in the world of LED.
Sure, glad to be here. Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure. I mean, we're gonna have a little fun today. So let's have a little chat. LED is kind of having an explosion right now. There's a lot of LED companies, but there's a lot, I think, of implementations and installations of LED. What's driving that?
Well, I think the end users are what is really driving it. The innovation is happening because the end users are asking for creative solutions and they're asking for more dependable, reliable LED because they're depending on it to run their business.
So LED is not new, obviously. It's been around for a very long time. But when you say innovation in the current product or in how people are implementing it?
I think both really is the answer to that question. I think it's really, the products are falling behind the needs, but the innovation is happening because of the demand. And there's more requirements for it to be implemented in their day-to-day operations of their businesses, and also the creative side of things through events and through think global stages that are happening in our world today. Everything is moving from projection to LED because it's really a great format for visual displays, and so many things can happen with it.
Yeah, you almost don't go out to a concert anymore. In fact, I can't think of a single concert other than maybe House of Blues that still uses projection. It's all LED now.
Well, I think there's still a place for projection, but the large format is where you're seeing a lot of LED, and of course, economy of scale is catching up. Prices are coming down, demand is going up. That's very important.
Okay, so that's an important one, is the price shift. What's happened in the last, say, 18 to 24 months that's changing the price of LED?
Well, it's really what happened prior to that with some of the technology with flip chip, and you hear a lot with COB, you hear a lot with MIP. These are all acronyms that stand behind a product, but micro LED is really happening right now, and it's really driving better clarity, better performance, smaller carbon footprints, and so you've got cold LED, so it's not the hot stuff that you stand in front of and you can feel the heat.
I used to toast marshmallows on some of the early ones. And literally just stand in front of there. It'll melt eventually.
There's still a lot of SMD product out there, but it's more and more moving to flip chip based COB, MIP, which all stand for things that have technology, but it's based on a smaller carbon footprint, less BTU output, and brighter images, and so with that you get better performance. You get you have less heat dissipation. Heat on LED is no bueno, so you get everything all around. Warranties are better, life of the product is better. Again, the carbon footprint is really important.
But it seems like that's all driving the price down at the same time.
Demand is actually what drives the price down.
Got it.
When people actually write a check to buy it, that's what drives the price down.
And that's just more people are buying now, which means economies of scale in production are just allowing the prices to fall.
Correct. If you look at the video walls, for example, LCD video walls, they're almost obsolete. And so they're being replaced with LED. And that's the same thing with projection, same things with rear projection cubes are becoming more obsolete. And so, it's like whenever LCD market took over, now the LED is taken over. And it's going to take over, visual displays for a long time coming.
Interesting. So you mentioned Cool Touch, or that kind of the cooler.
Cold LED is what
cold
we
LED.
call it.
Okay. Now you all have a cold LED product.
Correct.
And how is the market reacting to that? What are they? Do people go, wow, I can't believe it's cold?
Yes, that's the reaction, because prior to that, they've all been up against SMD product and felt the BTU output and the heat coming off of that. Now they're saying, how can this be and look this great?
Yeah, I can't imagine like sitting on a sound stage, like a virtual production stage, having done that enough times and felt the heat to be able to stand there and go, oh, this is nice, I can stand here all day.
Correct.
Effectively. So how, there's a lot of players in this space,
Sure.
right? I mean, they're everywhere. And I hear of a new player almost every day. It's like, we're now an LED company. How are you all differentiating yourselves from all the sound and the noise out there?
Well, I don't think we're focusing on trying to be different. I think what we're focusing on is being ourselves and being true to who we are, which, we're a privately held company, and it gives us the capabilities of doing things and acting in the markets that we're a global company. So we're able to, in the global markets that we play in, be in that market with, the culture that's in that market, and that allows us to play in that space very well. And I think that's a differentiator, but it's not something we would focus on, it's just something that we do.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this earlier. It's the ability to make a phone call and get somebody in your time zone.
Exactly.
Right, and have localized support and, and break the language barrier, so to speak, of dealing with foreign tech support.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we manufacture in China, and that's, where we have to go back to get technical questions. But if we can answer those in market and be confident and there for our end users and partners, then we're doing a better service than having to wait for an answer the next day.
So let's talk about the partnerships, the channel, because channel is really important to you and I, right? That's
Sure.
how businesses grow in this market. What are you all doing right now to enable the channel and help the channel develop?
Well, I think we're focusing on with channel right now, and we are dedicated to channel, is that we need to educate them, especially with the newer products that are coming out, just as we were talking earlier. And I think that education really kind of trickles down eventually to the clients. And when the clients see the value and they feel like they've got a partner that's educated in the products that they're looking at, it's a more comfortable purchase for them.
Nice. No, it's fair. Now, I love the idea earlier you were talking about building more demo centers and more, office spaces so that you've got more opportunities for people to see the product without having to ship it to them. Is that kind of how you see it, or what the opportunity is there by putting in these demo centers?
Well, I think, what happens is people go to the big events like INFiLED, NAB, ISE, and they see it, and they digest only some of it. So when they're able to go and actually stand in front of a video wall, walk behind it and sit there or stand there and really understand where the magic happens. How does the display fit together? What's the break fix scenarios? And really kind of talk in a deeper, more meaningful way about what's happening and what they're seeing and how it relates to what they're doing in their project.
Okay, so I'm going to throw you a little curveball here, and I want to know, what is the wildest application, or the most, where's the one place you saw an LED wall installed where you're saying to yourself, I would have never thought, or I wouldn't have expected somebody to put one there?
Well, it's got to be, the dome in Vegas, right? When I saw that and said, there's just no way this is going to look cool, and it looks cool.
I mean, it looks cool. I recently got to go in and see something there, and it's cool. There's no doubt about it. What's cool, what was more interesting to me was getting close to the exterior. From a distance, that is like amazingly smooth, cool application. You get up close and you got pixels, you can almost put your fist between them.
Yeah.
They're so far apart, but from a mile away, this thing is just a glowing beacon that looks like seamless LED until you get up close to it, and then you're like, that's not what I thought it was gonna be.
Well, it's physics. The eye can only absorb so much close up.
That's true, that's true. All right, well, speaking of close-up, you and I are gonna go get close-up with a race car.
All right, let's
so
go.
why don't we take a break, we'll jump over there, get ourselves seated, and go for a race.
I'm excited.
All right, man, good having you on. Let's do it.
Now, am I messing up by driving now?
Nope.
Okay.
We're getting a head start here. All right, take
Okay. Okay. All right. I think I got the hang.
Oh my gosh. This thing's got way more.
Oh, no kidding.
I'm coming for you.
Oh, wow, that's cool. I just spun out. I loved it.
Usually now's about the time I start asking questions, Chris, just to mess you up, because that's sometimes the only way I can win in these races. Hey, Chris, what do you think the biggest hurdle in the LED business is? It worked.
Now I'm all messed up. Biggest hurdle. Dealing with distributors.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That question. Oh man, I think probably just, dealing with some of the logistics and stuff like that. Of course, tariffs were a challenge, in 2025. We're still recovering from that. And, people are wondering if their pricing is going to stay the same, if it's going to continue to go up. Dealing with current events, gas prices and everything that's happening in the world today, travel costs.
When you think about something like a projector, it's a single box, a screen. LED, it's a lot of moving parts. And I mean moving as in moving a lot of parts from destination to destination. Oh, this is my chance, this is my chance.
Oh, no. All right. You got me. Oh, what's up there?
Coming into the big turn.
So Nick, what are some of the challenges you're running in with some of your manufacturing partners?
I think the same as you, it's price fluctuation. Right now, if you look at the market for SSDs and memory, we've got manufacturers right now that have a 300% price increase overnight. And that's not recoverable. There's not enough margin to absorb that. So we saw quotes that were, 100,000 yesterday turned into 400 the next day, just due to the lack of availability of product. And this is all due to the AI world that's just sucking up the memory. The tariffs were rough, not gonna lie, right? But a lot of us, yourselves included, started bringing in product ahead of time, stocking up, to sort of get around it. Boom!
You won?
Got it.
That's not good.
Chris, good race.